Hello, thank you for joining me. This is a lower body and conditioning workout. So I've loosely arranged it into like front and back of body or side to side. We need a wide variety of weights. Also a yoga mat, we will be on the ground. I'm gonna be using a barbell today as well and a stability ball. If you don't have a stability ball, you could use a half bosu or a chair instead. So let's get warmed up. All right, give me some toy soldiers. Good. Reaching to the toe with your opposite hand here. One more each side. Great. And we'll work the front of our leg. So grab onto your foot, raise the opposite arm up, try to lean forward, and then stand. If you're falling all over the place, that is okay. It's also going to help you turn on your balance today, get that proprioception going, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. One more time. Awesome. Okay, let's get into some knee circles. And some good mornings. Feet underneath the hips, hands to your temples, hinge the glutes back, and lift. One more, keeping knees softly bent. Okay, from here, lift your arms up and dive down, forward fold, bend your knees, wiggling them out. And now walk your hands forward into downward dog, and now wiggle the knees out even more. Good. Bring your right leg forward in between your hands and try to straighten and bend that front leg. Great. And now send that leg back and let's switch to the left. Bring it forward. You can also lift your hands up on dumbbells here. That might make it easier. Straighten and bend that leg. Two more. All right, we're gonna turn this into a ninja. So turn to the side, lift up the heel underneath your body and the long leg toes, and now switch to the other side. Going side to side here. Right. And now move your feet back to the back of your mat again or any side. Come all the way down with your hips and then rock side to side, opening up chest and back. And now we're going to push back into frog position. So rocking side to side here as well, getting onto those ankles and toes. Nice. And now raise the glutes and roll yourself up. Okay, so first we have a kneel up, so you'll need one big heavy weight, and we're gonna do a hip thrust. So I'll be using my barbell. You want a big heavy weight or two heavy weights for the hip thrust. So this workout is not for time, it's for repetitions. You'll do anywhere from 6 to 12 repetitions, depending on how heavy the weight is that you're using. We're going into 3 rounds of the strength, and then we'll do 1 round of the cardio. And if you go faster or slower than me, that's okay. Since it's for a number, you don't necessarily need to stay with me. So we're starting with our hip thrusters, 6 to 12, feet slightly wider, knees over ankles, spine neutral, ready, go for it. And you're off again, you might not be on my time. I just want to make sure you're not disco pumping. So don't move through those exercises too fast. You don't want to let momentum take over. Good, and it should be heavy so that you can't really move all that fast anyway. I'm going to 12 reps because I could definitely use heavier weights here. I just don't have them at home, so I gotta challenge myself in volume instead of resistance. That was the last one for me. So we roll up, move that to the side, and then we grab one heavy weight. Ideally here, you're on your extended ankles, but if that hurts, you can be on your toes. If you don't have the knee mobility for this, you could just do a goblet squat. So a squat standing up. You would need to stand up for that. All right, weight at your chest, here you go. Hips straight up and down. Again, I'm on 12. When you're done with that, you go back for round 2. 3 total times through these. And since it is a superset, we are moving pretty quickly through it, which means the conditioning part is also kept up. So the heart rate will stay relatively high. All right, when you're ready, go. Okay. There's a bit of core work getting out of that. If you have a bench, it's way better, of course, to do hip thrusters from a bench. But this is what we're working with. All right. Here we go. Excellent. Okay, final round through. You may be with me, you might not be, but you know what you're doing, so you're good to go. All right, and we're off. One more round of kneel ups. Our conditioning exercise is also on the ground, so you're gonna want to stay there when you're done. rest. Here we go. All right, so, first round done, awesome work. We're gonna roll around, go into 40 seconds of mountain climbers. So, it's not a super long set, you can push it, 40 seconds of mountain climbers, and then we move on to more lower body. So we're gonna start in 10 seconds. I'm gonna start in 5 seconds with those 40-second mountain climbers. Ready, go. Keep it going, push, push, push. Halfway, don't lose speed. 10. Rest. Whew. Good. All right. So we're gonna stand up next. We've got squats and deadlifts. So I'm gonna keep my barbell for my squats. I'll rack it up on my back. And then we have those deadlifts. So deadlift is gonna be RDL style, and we'll have heavy weights for that. Again, kind of thinking front of body, back of body going on here. Okay, so I've got my 2 heavy weights for those deadlifts, 6 to 12 reps. Good, you can also do a goblet squat with weight at your chest. You can have the weights on your shoulders, or you can bring the weights in between your legs. I would like, though, probably you to avoid the weight in between the legs thing, because that becomes more of a deadlift. All right, so set up those squats. Ready? And you're off. I'm doing 12 here. This is pretty light. Here we go. Burn on those legs. Okay. And now we're gonna go into that Romania deadlift. So feet in parallel position. Again, 6 to 12, depending on how heavy it is. Roll your shoulders back, engage your core, and you're off. Keep the weights as close to your body as you can. Try not to let yourself fall backward. I just caught myself doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more weight on for this. My legs knees are definitely starting to feel it. All right. Okay. So going into our 6 to 12 squats. Good. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, no matter what you're using. Go. Keep a track of your knees. They should be going out to the sides as you go to the bottom, and softly bend at the top. Okay. Whew. Squats, man. Underrated. Not easy. All right. Going back to those RDLs. Again, if you're ahead of me, that's fine. It just means you get a longer break before the cardio, which is great. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Go. It's not a very big motion, so you can go pretty heavy. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Feeling it. One more round. All right. If you can add weight, do it. I don't have any more. If I could, I would, and I would do less reps. That equals strength. Here we go. Good. Whew. Glad that's over. Okay. And I'm going into our RDL. All right. Here we go. Go for it. Excellent. Okay. Whoo. All right. So we have our conditioning exercises. Before we go on to our next round, it is a skater because our next exercise is actually lateral lunges. So we're gonna warm up the outsides of our legs. Good. So we're gonna start with skaters in 15 seconds. Take a little breather before we begin. And grab a sip of water. It's a 40-second interval, don't forget. Starting in 5. Side to side, across your space. Ready, go. Ideally, that back foot stays up. Working the balance. We already warmed it up at the beginning. Halfway. Seconds. 5. Rest. Whew. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we have one more round of strength exercises. We're using a stability ball for a hamstring curl. You don't need a weight for that. If you don't have a stability ball, you can set your feet on a chair or a half bosu and just do a hip thrust instead. And then we're doing lateral lunges. So you want one heavy weight or two, if you can keep them in your hands. I just find that's irritating. So I'm gonna use one. We're going one side, then the other side. So 12, then stability ball. Or 6 to 12, just like before. So check that your feet are lined up. Grab onto that heavy weight. Start with your weaker leg first. Go for it. Send your glutes back in space. Working that outer hip. Directly to the other side. Same number of repetitions unless you have an injury. Oh, good. I love lateral lunges. They feel so functional to me. Okay, so if you're doing the stability ball, you're rolling that ball in and out, so you're gonna need space in front of your body there. If you're doing it on the half bosu, the chair, you're just lifting and lowering your hips, kind of like we did earlier, but you will get more hamstrings. So if you're on that stability ball, you lift your hips up, you send the ball out and in. I'm on 12. You might get an immediate cramp, then you can do less reps. All about the hamstrings. Oh, that one gets ya. Whew. That's a good one. Okay, so you're coming back up for your lateral lunges. Good, which is more quad focused. All right. If you need to take a longer rest, do it. It's always good to do in strength training. And we're off. If your knee is uncomfortable, take the time to reset that foot. It's worth it. Other side. ball. Okay, here we go. That is one that, like, it's okay if you go kind of fast through that one. And you probably are like me, just to try to get it over with, since we're not resisting gravity very much, and since we don't have weights, it's okay to just kind of pump that one out. That's okay. All right, one more round. Good. So heels in, toes out, feet wide. Ready, go. I'm probably going a bit too fast here. Should probably slow it down a bit. It's easy to start going really fast. Also, my weight is too light, so that's another reason. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link to join my Patreon below. I just don't always post on YouTube. I only do it when I'm in the mood, and that's not often. And when I have copyright-free music. So if you want more classes, guaranteed 2 a week, then join my Patreon. It's 50 USD a month. That's like 43 euros. And you'll get more classes, and then I can afford a heavier kettlebell. See, it's a win-win situation. And I think that's done. Oh. And a stability ball. And then our final cardio push. All right, lift your hips up, keep them high, go for it. I also need to kind of reset my feet the first time. If the ball is too close underneath your feet, it's not going to be as much work. And we're here to work. Whew, and release. Oh my goodness. All right, so we have our final conditioning exercise. It's gonna be fast feet. So a little bit of I choose it because it's a bit of a calf burn as well. You'll have your feet underneath you and you just fast feet as fast as you can. All right, so we're gonna start that in about 10 seconds. Final calf burn, final heart rate push in 5 seconds. Get ready for fast feet. Ready, go. 40 seconds. Just keep those feet lifted on and off the ground. Seconds. 10 seconds. 5. Rest. Whew. Nice. Walk around a little bit, towel off. And I'll give you a bit of a stretch and send you on your way. Okay, so come on down to the ground. We'll go to 90-90. Left foot forward, Now lean over that left leg. Good. Switch to the other leg. Leaning over the right. Nice. And let's turn this into a lunge. So you'll send one knee backward, one leg forward, lift your chest, and stretch out the hip. And now we'll pull back into a half monkey. So pull your glutes back. If you can just go all the way, that feels good. It's a little bit more effort if you keep your butt over your knee and then lengthen. I shouldn't say effort, but you'll feel a deeper stretch if you keep your butt over your knee and then lengthen your leg out in front of you. And now we will switch sides. Whoa. Square off shoulders, square off hips. At first you might feel your muscles like clenching. Just breathe into it, notice it, they'll relax. And now swing your glutes back over your knee, bring your foot forward, and then relax your head and neck. Good. Bring both knees back, toes together, knees apart. Sink your butt towards your heels. Reach your arms forward. Relax your head. And now come on up. Good. Let's come to a stand. All right. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Give yourself a bow. You have completed a lower body workout. Join my Patreon. Links below. Bye. Love you.